I threw away my brother's last letter without reading it. He died that night. I threw away my brother's last letter without reading it. He died that night. It's been almost 10 years and I've never told anyone what I did. Not our parents, not my partner, not my therapist. No one. But I need to get it off my chest because I'm drowning in it. My brother Kyle was complicated. Smart as hell but volatile. He had a way of loving you so deeply, it almost hurt, and then flipping into someone cruel, like he needed to push you away before you could abandon him. That was our cycle. I'd reach out, we'd talk, laugh, reconnect, and then he'd spiral. Accusations, guilt trips, drunken messages at 3 a.m. He struggled with depression, borderline personality disorder, substance abuse. He was in and out of therapy for years, sometimes doing great, sometimes barely hanging on. But I loved him. God, I loved him. Even when he was a nightmare to be around. A few weeks before he died, we had one of our worst fights. He called me a fake brother, said I was ashamed of him, that I got off on having my life together while watching him fall apart. None of it was true, but the words cut deep and I said some awful things back. Things I can't even bring myself to write here. We didn't talk after that, then one day a plain white envelope showed up in my mailbox. No return address, just my name and his messy scrawl. My heart dropped the second I saw it, but I didn't open it. I couldn't. I stood in my kitchen with that envelope in my hands, shaking. I told myself it was just another rant, another guilt trip. More venom. I wasn't ready to absorb. I'd been in therapy too, learning to protect my boundaries, and I'd convinced myself that reading whatever was inside would just unravel me. So I tossed it in the trash. Didn't even hesitate. The next morning, I got the call. Overdose. They said it looked like he meant it to be final. He was alone in his apartment for 2 days before a neighbor called it in. At first, I didn't make the connection. I was too numb. Grief hit like a freight train and I went into autopilot. Funeral arrangements. Talking to our parents. Comforting people. Crying in the shower when no one could hear. It wasn't until the week after when I finally picked up the phone call from his therapist that it shattered me. She said Kyle had been working hard the last few weeks. He'd written some apology letters to people he hurt. Mine, she said, was the one he was most nervous about. He told me it was the hardest thing he's ever written, she said. He really wanted you to know. He was sorry. I felt the blood drain from my body. I nodded and thanked her and hung up the phone. Then I went into my garage and screamed until my voice broke. I searched through the garbage that night, all of it, but it was already long gone, picked up, taken to some landfill, buried under rotting food and broken things just like him. And I've been haunted by that choice ever since. Haunted by what I might have read, or what it could have changed. What I could have said back if I'd just waited. Just read the damn thing. Just opened the envelope and given him the benefit of the doubt one last time. But I didn't. I chose self-protection. I chose silence. And the truth is, I'm not sure if I regret it because he died or because I'll never know what he really wanted to say. Both, probably. I tell myself that it wasn't my fault, that if a letter was the only thing standing between him and death, then maybe he'd already made his decision, but then I think about how hard it must have been for him to write it, how much courage it took, and how I threw it away without even looking. I wonder if he waited for a reply, if he died thinking I didn't care. No one knows. Everyone thinks I just never got a letter, that he didn't write to me. And I've let them think that for years. I've built a whole lie around it. But I read a quote once. The dead don't haunt us, guilt does. And mine, it has claws. So here I am writing this, finally telling someone. Even if it's strangers on the internet. Maybe that's cowardly. But it's something. It's the only confession I have left. I just wish I could tell him.